Okay, admit your mistakes. We all make mistakes. But don't lie and say you didn't, because we've all made mistakes. And we probably will even continue to make some mistakes. It's amazing for me. I was 13 years old when Dr. King was assassinated, and I never really paid attention to who Dr. King was until he was murdered. Then, as a young white boy, I was in 7th grade, still in the city of Chicago, where myself and my family all grew up before we moved to South Holland. And all of a sudden, I started paying more attention. I recognized what a great man he was, and the things he said were not just important for African Americans, they were important for every one of us. And my first friend as an African American, I understood now. I understood the feelings that he had. I understood the feelings that his girlfriend had. I understood all that. Why? Did it take somebody to die before I would start to remember and understand? Apparently, we have a lot more to do, and we don't have anybody else that we can sacrifice. So it's time that we all join together and pick the best people to be our leaders in all of our communities. And whether they're our brother, our sister, our aunt, or our uncle, if they don't do well, we have to say goodbye. We have to say better luck next time. We've got somebody new coming in. Because we have to keep up with the times. We have to recognize each other. And we have to make sure that we make a difference. When we grow up and we get to retire, that doesn't mean we retire. That means we get involved more than ever. It's so nice to see so many seniors like me. Now, I'm a senior. So I'm not offended by being called a senior. I used to say, I'm not a senior. Yeah, I'm a senior now. And you know what? The seniors, the young people are very intelligent, but guess what? They're always watching us. They're always watching to see what grandma, grandpa, or uncle, or auntie, what did they do? How did they act? That's so important. So important for us to show them the right way to act. Doesn't mean that we're always right. Just means we try real hard. And we keep trying. Real hard. So please don't ever forget, Dr. King may be dead, but he's not dead. His spirit is not dead. And we have to remember, before somebody else dies, how important his contribution was to us, to every one of us, even me. I'm so sorry that it took me so long. But ever since I was 13, I've never forgotten. And I hope that every one of you never, ever forget what a fantastic contribution this man made. And he was such a great contributor that somebody thought they needed to kill him. What a shame. What a shame. But we have to make up for that. We have to step in his place. And we have to show everybody. We've forgiven, but we haven't forgotten. And we're getting better, and we're getting stronger. And everybody in our community will be free. Everybody. They will have jobs. They will get help from all of us. And we've only just begun. So please don't forget that. God lives. God support. And God always believed in Martin Luther King. He is truly the most significant hero of our times. There's no doubt in my mind. And I remember ever since I was 13 years old. When this day is over, don't forget next week. We're going to remember all of these things. Why is that we do that? What did Dr. King say? And every single day, we meet somebody that reminds us why Martin Luther King was so important to us. Why he was so very, very important to us. Let not that ever happen again, where someone that is so important to us doesn't have the support and the protection to keep them safe. This is America, home of the free, and land of the brave. Seems like some of us have to be more brave before we can be free. Keep being brave, because we're almost there. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming today. Thank you so much.
Do you know who this lovely avatar belongs to? I don't think she's here. And welcome in, Copper Rain. Welcome in, Igbo. Stormy, we didn't time you out. I don't know what happened, but we didn't time you out, so I removed that comment. And Donna Estes, I ain't getting no money from you, but thank you. I received the money energy. I appreciate that. Who is this? Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Come on. Set it by Boogie, man. I'm the one that up to go with him. Come on. I'm so proud. I get like a proud mama, because sometimes it can be hard to be the one talking. Sometimes you want to listen to somebody else say what needs to be said. And I added this video to the breakdown playlist. I've actually scheduled my community tab to share a link to it both later today and in September, but I didn't finish watching it without wanting to yell at the TV. So I thought it would be a good idea. What's up, Shay? Welcome in, Real Late Night Crew. I thought it would be a good idea for us to watch this together. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give you an opportunity to go over to Choose Compassion and subscribe. You know you can do that without leaving the show, right? You know how to do that, right? You know how to pull down this screen and to go to the search, find Choose Compassion, click on her name, subscribe without ever leaving the show, right? If you don't know how to do it without leaving the show, please don't try it. I want you to stay right here with me. I want you to stay right here with me. I'm a jealous guy. I'm a jealous guy. What's up, Burgundy Blue? Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, so Choose Compassion was in a conversation in the Real Late Night Cruise channel last night. We were all kind of talking in the channel because we do have some serious conversations over there. We do break some things down and figure some things out over there. The Real Late Night Crew does bring us substantive information over there and ask important questions over there. Not just funny. Funny is a gift, okay? Funny's like the peanut butter, okay? But there is some bread happening over there. So we were having a conversation in the chat, and I think quiet as it's kept, we've all realized that I can't compete with Kendrick Lamar for number one. I think that's one thing we all realize, because I'm yelling in this living room. He got me yelling in this living room. Ooh. We all realized, I believe, that DOLTON is in some way, shape, or form being dissolved. There's been rumor for a long time that the townships were going to be dissolved. Well, you got to start with the villages. Y'all seen them take really good neighborhoods and turn them into ghettos, right? And now those neighborhoods are nothing. You don't even know what they are. When you go back and look for that neighborhood, it's a park with some white people walking by with a husky and a poodle. Anyway, what I'd like to do is I would love for us to take a look at this work that Choose Compassion has done, where she has taken a look at a very old, I believe it's a 2017 DOLTON meeting. Now, I'm going to break in and give my little breakdown because I do have some background information as well. Okay? Okay. Just to set the stage, at this time, Riley Rogers is the mayor, and the water bills are being paid to fund a loan that Riley Rogers allegedly ran off with the money for. And Riley Rogers has already announced that DOLTON has been broke since 2013, running a $3 million deficit every year. So it ain't just Tiffany Henyard, and you know that, Jason House, because you were there when he said it. Ed Steve, you were there when he said it. Valerie Stubb, you were there when he said it. I don't think Tammy Brown was there when he said it, but y'all were there. This man had only been in office for like 5 days, and his very first speech to y'all was, y'all, we broke. But he never came with a plan on how he was going to fix it, and y'all never asked him for one. So let me go ahead and cue this up, because I would love for us to take a look at this together. And I'm going to start it from the beginning. She does give a little bit of a lengthy introduction, just like I do. But because my fingers are fat, just like my, I don't really feel like going through a whole lot of finger pushing. So I'm just going to let it rock from the beginning. Okay, y'all? Shout outs to Choose Compassion.
All right. What's up, everybody? This isn't going to be long, but as you know, I really love.
Oops, sorry. I told you about them fingers. It's fat. Hold on. That. Hold on.
Don't have a dog in any of the voter races, so this is just for informational purposes for the residents who want to somehow maintain your village as an actual village. So that's what this is about. I wasn't going to go live because I don't want to distract from the actual point of presenting this video. And shout out to the trustee who brought a lawyer to this meeting, Dwayne Muhammad. Shout out Dwayne. Hashtag where is Dwayne Muhammad? That's who I would love to talk to. Not just and just to get an understanding of what's happening, not to talk about anyone or any, body is in particular, because that's not even what it is. But that's if I wanted to talk to anyone, if I were, well, I'm a past resident and a person with family still throughout the township and in Dalton as well, I would love to get his perspective on where to go with this, not which candidate to support, not which person is right or wrong, but a clear understanding of what is going to happen if we go broke, which again, this video is 2017, October 19th. So, and they predicted in this video 4 years. It's going to be like 4 or 5 years, but I'm going to let it play. But really, for the residents, what happens to you? I would like to know what this means for the village. And I think Dwayne Muhammad might be the one to give the probably the most honest answer, since he brought this lawyer to the meeting. So here it is.
We have Mr. Vincent Kanecar here. Okay, first ordinance is item A, ordinance number 17-036, an ordinance levying taxes for general and corporate purposes for the 2017 tax year beginning May 1st, 2017 and ending April 30th, 2018 for the village of Dalton, Cook County.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
Go ahead.
I'd like to introduce to the residents in this board Attorney Vincent Kankar, and I'd like to give an overview of his resume. I won't give all of it. Vincent Kankar is part of the Kankar Law Offices, and presently the following units of local government that the Kankar Limited as their regular appointment attorneys are City of Burbank, Hickory Hills, Hometown, Wauteska, Alsip, Bridgeview, Evergreen Park, Justice, Mantino, McCook, Alsip Park District, Bourbon Park, Burbank Park District, Calumet Memorial Park District, Stickney Park District, Hazel Crest Park District, Hodgkins Park District, McCook Park District, Pleasantdale Park District, Tri-State Park District, Central Stickney Fire Protection District, Village of Summit Board of Fire and Police Commissioners, South Lyons Township Sanitary District, Stickney Township, Stickney Public Health District, West Suburban Water Commission, River Valley Metro Mass Transit District. Many other units of government also use the firm in specialized areas where their general counsel does not have required expertise. The firm is listed in the bond buyer as a nationally recognized tax-exempt bond counsel whose opinions can be relied upon throughout the country in the Hazel Crest Park District, Hodgkins Park District, McCook Park District, Pleasantdale Park District, Tri-State Park District, Central Stickney Fire Protection District, Village of Summit Board of Fire and Police Commissioners, South Lyons Township Sanitary District, Stickney Township, Stickney Public Health District, West Suburban Water Commission, River Valley Metro Mass Transit District. Many other units of government also use the firm in specialized areas where their general counsel does not have required expertise. The firm is listed in the bond buyer as a nationally recognized tax-exempt bond counsel whose opinions can be relied upon throughout the country in the sale of tax-exempt bonds, securities, tax-exempt leases, and installment purchase contracts. Over the past 20 years, his firm has written the bond opinion on more than, let me make sure this is right, Mr. Kankar, $1.2 billion of bonds involving at least 250 transactions. A specialty is the issuance of tax-exempt bonds within tax increment financing districts. The firm represents many municipalities with respect to tax increment districts, including their establishment, maximizing incremental property taxes, redevelopment agreements, and annual TIF district compliance reports. And with that, I give you Mr. Vincent Kankar.
Now, what you just heard was a long list of credentials and qualifications to back up why the person you hear speaking next, I hope they go past Valerie Stubbs real fast, to explain why that person is credible to say what they're about to say. Now, the things this person is going to say are going to be very hard to hear. Dalton, if you just found out Martin Luther King died, I know that would rock your whole world. So I don't want to come here to tear or destroy or change your paradigm about what you think about politics in Dalton, but I do want to bring you the facts that you may not be aware of. Because one lady said at a meeting, she had been in Dalton for 30 years, and that was her first time being at a meeting just this July 2024. So I want to bring you, Dalton, up to date with the state of your village. And I want to ask you why no one is talking about the budget that became active May 1st, 2024, but there was no committee of the whole meeting about it. There was no finance meeting about it, led by the finance director, including, or led by the chair of finance, including the finance director and the administrator. I've watched Dalton long enough to know what to expect now. I know that by now, around February or March, we should have been having those doggone meetings. Or at least you should have been shucking them off like you did last time, trying to blow them off. I do know that On May 1st of 2024, Dolton went into a brand new financial fiscal year, and it runs until April 30th, 2025. And you started a new budget that included budget cuts, budget changes, budget adjustments. Where was the public conversation? And why doesn't anybody seem upset that the Dolton trustees, who are responsible for managing the finances of the village, have not said one word about it? Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. See, Sherry Hatcher, my lawyer has your name now. I can't remember that last part of your name. Sherry Hatcher, all of y'all who keep defending these motherfuckers, you know what's going on. Mary A. Valerie Stubbs, because you advised them. You know why they're not saying certain things and not bringing to light things that need to be discussed. Why? Is Dolton being dissolved? You're not even paying bills no more? We don't even talk anymore. Okay? We don't even know what we argue about. Don't even say I love you no more. Cause showing how we feel it no longer allowed. Some people work. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? There's no activity happening in Dolton right now. The clerk's not keeping minutes. She said that, and we looked at the website and saw that. This is what happens when you dissolve a corporation. And a municipality is a corporation. If you look up the Village of Dolton on a government, on a business level online, you will see the business type is government. They are a business. It looks like they're being dissolved. I've been divorced. I know what it looked like to slowly walk away. I've done it before and kept peace. And ended the marriage with a profit, honey. Because marriage is a business after all, if you didn't know. Ended the marriage with a profit, honey. Everybody won.
Thank you, Trustee.
Okay, so I stopped because if that bored you, that was basically an overview of Vincent Cancard, this person.
Well, Tracy, I have a question about your question. I'm going to stop. I'm going to break in and do my thing. Y'all know I'm going to do that. This is the breakdown. If you didn't know, let me help you. Tracy, I feel like you've been a part of enough of these conversations to know that they do have access to the accounts and the balances. The trustees, the clerk has access to the bank accounts. She's had it since March. The trustees won that court case that gave them access to the bank accounts again. So no, they do know what the bank account information is. I think you might be asking that question so that I can talk about it. And I think that's what you're doing. Thank you, Tracy. The trustees do have access to the bank information. The clerk is second on the bank account. She does have access to the bank account. They won that court case that gives them access to the bank account. So yes, they do have access to the information and they can talk about a budget. They have access to enough information to be able to talk about a budget. And there was a budget passed, right? There wasn't one posted online. See, I've been following this story since January, but I've gone all the way back to like 2013 and started studying the patterns here. My very first show on Dolton was about their patterns, about Tiffany's patterns, her deceptive patterns. I'm a person who has a knack for data analysis. So I've been taking a look at this information for a long time, so it doesn't miss me when I see a discrepancy in information, in a pattern. I think everything is normal as long as the pattern is right. You feel me? So that's all I look for sometimes is a routine. But yeah, by now they should have at least had conversation. Let's just say, Tracy, and thank you for bringing this up. This is really necessary. Thank you. Let's just say, and forgive me for my first approach. It ain't always right. We live. I can't go back and delete what I said and rewrite it. we live, so it might not come out right the first time. So I apologize for that. Please forgive me. But let's just say the trustees don't have access to the bank account or any information. Why aren't they talking about the fact that we're in a new fiscal year and there's been no conversation about the budget? How come Kiana Belcher, the finance person who is the CFO for DeAndre Rucker's organization, Rucker Enterprises, and Jason House, who is a something at the Illinois consortium, health consortium, why haven't they mentioned that there's been no budget conversation? Why haven't they called a special board meeting to go over the budget like they did last year? See, I be watching everything. I know all of y'all dirty. I know all of y'all some musty motherfuckers that need to take a deep bath in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Let's get back to it.
And presently, the following units of local government that the Kent Car Limited as their regular appointment attorneys are City of Burbank, Hickory Hills, Hometown, Witeska, Alsip, Bridgeview, Evergreen Park, Justice, Mantino, McCook, Alsip Park District, Burbank Park District, Calumet Memorial Park District, Stickney Park District, Hazel Crest Park District, Hodgkins Park District, McCook Park District, Pleasantdale Park District, Tri-State Park District, Central Stickney Fire Protection District,
Yes,
Village of Summit Board of Fire and Police Commissioners, South Lyons Township Sanitary District, Stickney Township, Stickney Public Health District, West Suburban Water Commission, River Valley Metro Mass Transit District. Many other units of government also use the firm in specialized areas where their general counsel does not have required expertise. The firm is listed in the bond buyer as a nationally recognized tax-exempt bond counsel whose opinions can be relied upon throughout the country in the Hazel Crest Park District, Hodgkins Park District, McCook Park District, Pleasantdale Park District, Tri-State Park District, Central Stickney Fire Protection District, Village of Summit Board of Fire and Police Commissioners, South Lyons Township Sanitary District, Stickney Township, Stickney Public Health District, West Suburban Water Commission, River Valley Metro Mass Transit District. Many other units of government also use the firm in specialized areas where their general counsel does not have required expertise. The firm is listed in the bond buyer as a nationally recognized tax-exempt bond counsel whose opinions can be relied upon throughout the...
Tracy, this is 2017. This is not since before they were elected. This conversation we're watching is from 2017. Okay? This is not from before they were elected. They were on... You're going to see Valerie Stubbs here in just a second. See, I'm not just talking about the Dolton trustees. I'm talking about all these motherfuckers. There's a whole shadow government in Dolton right now, run by Riley Rogers, Mary A. Vaught, Valerie Stubbs, Pearson, and Sherry Hatcher. And I think that's it. I think there's one more, but I don't know who it is yet. But there's a whole shadow government. I'm sorry. I'm just interacting with what you're saying as well at the same time. I'm not trying to jump on you because I don't want that to be misinterpreted. This hidden agenda, because I'm following the conversation in the chat too, Tracy. I'm not putting it always on the screen, but I did put that. There is a hidden agenda, but it's not since before they were elected. This is during Valerie Stubbs, Jason House, and Ed Steve. That's number 6, nigga. That's number 6, nigga. I heard they call you Messy Marvin in them streets. You got a whole nickname around your dysfunction? Wait a minute, Ed Steve. How dare you try to hide from me? I see you, ugly ass nigga. Ed Steve is number 6. Okay. Yeah, they were all on the board of trustees at this time. This was after Tiffany Henyard made it illegal to have adult parties at the Melanie Fitness Center. This was after Tiffany Henyard broke into the car. This was after Jason House signed on for the Dookie Factory and Ed Steve and Valerie Stubbs signed on for the Dookie Factory. This is after they all voted to make the water bills pay for the loan that Riley Rogers allegedly ran off for. This is all of them in office right now while this is happening. No, we are not going to shuck blame to before them. This is them. This is Jason House, Ed Steve, Kiana Belcher, because she's in the room too, working her way up to trustee. She's in the room too. She comes up to the mic every once in a while and says what one of the other trustees want her to say. She in the motherfucking room too. Charles Higgins is in the room too. Therefore, most likely, Tammy Brown, number 7, is in the room too. Valerie Stubb is in the room. She's sitting on the dais. You can see the dais. Mary, if I got me saying the wrong words, she's sitting on the panel. You'll see her as they pan the camera to the right. You're going to see her ugly ass face right by you. Hopefully it's quick. I pray for you that it is. But please understand that these people were in power. All of them. Every single person that's in power in Dolton right now, seen and unseen, elected or unelected, former or present, and Mary Avon and Sherry Hatcher. All of them are in this room right now as this conversation is happening. This is not since before they were elected. I got to even the playing field. That's what I'm here for. There's a reason why I'm a catalog of information when it comes to this. There's a reason why I always know something background about this, because it's not since before they were elected. It's so funny to me. I don't understand this whole notion of trying to pass blame over the people who we see right before our face acting a fool. We saw these motherfuckers walk out of a board meeting where there were no residents, no citizens, nobody invited but them. And we just want to make it something different than it really is. Loyalty ain't shit in politics. They're not loyal to you, and you don't need to be loyal to them. Start making some demands. Let's continue. Oh, I'm gonna set that record straight.
The country in the sale of tax-exempt bonds, securities, tax-exempt leases, and installment purchase contracts. Over the past 20 years, his firm has written the bond opinion on more than, let me make sure this is right, Mr. Kinkar, $1,200,000,000 of bonds involving at least 250 transactions. A specialty is the issuance of tax-exempt bonds within tax increment financing districts. The firm represents many municipalities with respect to tax increment districts, including their establishment, maximizing incremental property taxes, redevelopment agreements, and annual TIF district compliance reports. And with that, I give you Mr. Vincent Kinkar.
Come on, please. Break that down.
Thank you, trustee.
Okay, so I stopped because if that bored you, that was basically an overview of Vincent Kinkar, this person's qualifications to be able to help Dalton understand the state that they were in. So we'll timestamp that 7 minutes if you want to go past the introduction, but that's basically his qualifications. Let's go.
Let's go.
Period.
Mohammed. My remarks to the audience and to the board this afternoon are going to be general remarks and backed up by some facts and some figures, which have been passed out, which will appear on the teleprompter up on top. I've been working in the past 3 years with Yvonne in the finance department, trying to work through paying bills of the village. Unfortunately, the finances of the village are in bad shape. Okay, we're here today, and I'm.
Wait a minute. What did he say? Did he say there's like a gajillion dollars in the bank and everybody's safe and there's nothing to worry about, and the next mayor is gonna fuck it all up? Is that what that man said? Cause that ain't what I heard. That ain't what I heard. Messiah, you want this orange? I heard this man say the finances are in bad shape. Go get me a plate. The finances are in bad shape. But it's all Tiffany Henry. It's only Tiffany Henry. No, she part of the problem. She carried the same culture of corruption, every fucking thing she learned, into the next administration, while getting rid of Riley Roger at the same time, which he needed to go to. Hey, baby. What do you say? It's all of them. They all dirty. All their hands is dirty. They all smell like feces. That shit.
I'm going to tell you, it's we're at the bottom. If the board does not take action today, it's going to be too late to do anything in the future. It's just as plain and simple as that.
Just for you, Lotus.
If the board does not work through paying bills of the village, unfortunately, the finances of the village are in bad shape. Okay, we're here today.
He said the finances of the village are in bad shape. Verbatim. Oh, Terry, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, send her good energy. Tell her she might need to take a break. Sometimes when you're doing this work, you got to understand that you are working with energies. So schedule time for a break. So tell her to choose the path of least resistance. If she's having issues with her internet, then just relax. Okay? Choose the path of least resistance. That's how we can. Okay? She got folks out here fighting with her and doing what needs to be done. She don't have to be at every time. Every time her name is called, she don't have to show up. But tell her I appreciate her for appreciating me, for appreciating her.
And I'm going to tell you, we're at the bottom. If the board does not take action today, it's going to be too late to do anything in the future. It's just as plain and simple as that. We've been able to piece things together for 2 or 3 years, sell a 1-year bond every year to get some money in the village to pay some items off. But right now, I mean, if you get too far behind on the scavenger bills, the garbage is going to pile up on the streets. If you get too far behind in your paramedic bills, there's not going to be any paramedics to answer the calls for emergencies. You won't be able to pay your employees. It's.
Wait a minute. Is this man a prophet from on high? No, because everything ain't spiritual. This man, did you hear that long ass list of credentials that former trustee Dwayne Muhammad read? This man said, my mother was a computer programmer and she taught me how to write programs. And one of the simplest programs you can ever write is an if-then program. If 0 is pressed, 0 appears on the screen. If 0 is pressed, the character jumps in the air. This man said, if this thing doesn't get taken care of, and he said bad shape, okay? If this thing doesn't get taken care of, it's going to be trash piling up in the streets because the Homewood disposal bill is not going to get paid. It's going to be paramedics not coming to pick up nobody. There's going to be flashing stop signs that never should have been there in the first place. That have to go. There's going to be U-line speed bumps taken up from the road on Sibley. You're going to end up with only 2 police officers working at the police station. You're not going to be able to take care of your firemen's pensions. Oh, you think he don't talk about that too?
The end of the line, and I don't know how to say it other than that.
That nigga said,
And even worse,
because I heard
there's
her say, she heard him say the finances were strained. No. This nigga said it's the end of the line. It's the end of the line. This was 2017. He didn't say our finances are strained. He said it's the end of the line. That's what he said. And I believe him. I can't help myself. I absolutely believe him. I believe it's the end of the line, and I believe that Choose Compassion has uncovered something very interesting here. I believe that Choose Compassion has uncovered not nefarious, necessary. Everything that's hidden in plain sight is not nefarious. Your parents didn't always tell you what was coming because you didn't know how to handle it. They did, though. This man said it's the end of the line.
Been legislation which was passed about 3 years ago, 4 years ago at the state level, which provides that if you do not provide proper funding for your pension funds, the pension funds can now file in Springfield to take your revenues, your sales tax and your income tax before it even gets to the village.
Wow.
So they can intercept it ahead of you and it goes right to the pension fund.
One
of the major revenues, your sales provide proper funding for your pension funds. The pension funds can now file in Springfield to take your revenues, your sales tax and your income tax before it even gets to the village.
What?
So they can intercept it ahead of you and it goes right to the pension fund. One of the major financial problems.
Well, you know they already been to Springfield, right? If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the chat so I don't have to explain it, please. You know they already been to Springfield, right? They know not to come begging for nothing to these niggas. Them niggas already been to Springfield.
What you have is their tax collections in the village. Right now, your total tax levy.
And I'm going to tell you something else they already know. I watched the way, did you see when that fireman gave his speech at the last Village Adulting meeting? You know we watch these meetings, right? And we watch these meetings a few times because we study them. There's always a whole lot going on at one time. And so when the fireman did his speech, he fist bumped at the end. I believe it was Reality Check TV Chicago. If that was you, let me know. And the fist bump he gave him was kind of like, whatever. I think these firemen, first of all, realize that misery loves company in Dolton. So they realize they're getting cheers and love from people who are really only happy that they got somebody else who's miserable to fight with them. And that's all.
Including bonds, is about $11 million, $12 million a year, somewhere in that range. Because of poor tax collections,
thank you, Danny.
On the $12 million total taxes, the village